Hey, what's up, Hello News family? Welcome to another episode of Can We Talk, our podcast where we talk to dope people in the community doing dope things, and today is no different. Actually, today is a special edition of the Can We Talk podcast because we're partnering with Jack Daniels to present the Black Achievers Awards. It's curated by Hello News, Social Exchange, and Sweetwater Hospitality Group, and we're highlighting some of the best and brightest in Black South Florida and Black Miami. And guys, today's guest is an amazing person. You guys want to hear about her story and see why she was chosen to be a Black Achiever. So without further ado, welcome to this show, Barbara. Hey, Barbara, welcome to Hello News.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
Of course. First of all, I'm loving this hair. You're giving me, serving me skin and hair and everything, realness. Thank you for bringing that energy to the show.
Yes, that's just me every day. Well, that's us every day, right? Showing up as our authentic self. And yeah, it's just us, how we command presence wherever we go and however we show up.
Yeah, most definitely. I want to jump right into it and want to definitely give a shout out real quick again to Jack Daniels for being the presenting sponsor, the corporate partner to bring us this Black Achievers Awards. And thank you for being a recipient of the inaugural Black Achievers Award.
Thank you. And thank you for this, for the recognition. And more importantly, thank you for seeing me in the work that I've been doing.
No, that's what it's all about. And thank you for the work that you're doing. And speaking of your work, I want to know, how did you get started? And so it's Jack's Skincare. Tell us how you got started in the business.
So Jack's is the first and only vegan and sustainable skincare line specifically formulated for women of color, made by a woman of color. Okay. The brand started literally as a hobby about 10 years ago when my husband and I decided we were going to start our family. I learned that we were expecting our daughter, and I found out that I had an ovarian tumor. What I realized is that I had to take a step back in terms of what I was doing in terms of putting the food that I was consuming, my lifestyle, and also the products that I was using on a daily basis, because I stumbled upon a medical journal talking about the systematic effects certain ingredients have on your overall health. But more importantly, Black and Latin women are exposed to 2 and 3 times the amount of toxins when it comes to beauty products. And at the time, it was very hard for me to find products specifically made for my skin and looking for formulations that included or were formulated with not so much toxins in it. And so it was just hard to find. So I just started making products myself. And I started off making soaps, skincare products, selling them at farmers markets, selling them at fashion shows, hair shows, wherever I could do and find people in South Florida to just kind of talk about what we were doing and why we were doing it and educate our community about what was going on in the beauty industry and talk about the disparity. And so that's how the line came about. Initially, a lot of our followers who know us started off with a whole bunch of soaps, and it's kind of comprised now specifically with skincare products, where we have everything from cleansers, toners, moisturizers, face serums, and masks.
Oh, wow. That's amazing, girl. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Barbara, tell me where you're from and tell me about your upbringing and how that influenced you as a business owner.
Yeah, so I am born and raised in Miami, Florida. I am one of these people that I'm not from one specific area because I grew up all over Miami. So my family migrated from the Caribbean and my family landed in Wynwood. And I was there up until elementary school. We then migrated to Liberty City, where I went to Alapata, and then Western. And then I went to both my parents passed away when I was younger. So then I moved in with my aunt in North Miami. And then I kind of lived in Miami Gardens. We also lived for a little bit of time in Homestead.
You're really Dade County.
Yes, I'm Dade County born and bred. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can claim all the sets.
Yes. And
wow.
And then I left South Florida. I went to school at UCF for a little bit, and then I transferred to Tampa to USF. And then I came back down here when we were expecting my daughter.
Okay. And what's your ethnicity? You said the Caribbean, but where in the Caribbean?
Haitian.
Oh, okay. I figured that because of the last name, but I just want to know. Okay, shout out to my Haitian massive. Okay. So tell me about your upbringing. How did that influence you as a business owner? Was there anything specific that you learned, or any values from your family that you take with you now in your business that helps you?
Yes, a lot of it from the ideation of our formulations along with my work ethic. So my upbringing in terms of my first exposure to beauty, of course, came from my parents, right? But mine is a little bit different because my mom came here at a very early age. She came in her early 20s, and she really loved the American culture. So she wanted to immerse herself in it, but she also wanted to learn the language. And so what she did, along with my aunt, they enrolled in a cosmetology school. And so, as a way to kind of learn the language and learn how to write it and speak it, they both enrolled in the cosmetology school. And I, along with my younger cousin, who's also a girl, we were their dummies. So I would get my hair braided all the time. I would have my hair done, and sometimes she would not burn or fry it, but I was basically her live mannequin that she would practice her hair with. But what that did was that exposed me to beauty. And because she was exposed to that, unlike typical traditional Haitian families, which are really, really strict, she allowed me to explore and find myself in beauty, because she allowed me to experiment with things and do my own hair and experiment with nails, where I knew all of my other Haitian friends were not allowed to do. Being born and raised in South Florida and being surrounded by so many different cultures, the Cuban, the Latin culture, the the culture, the Caribbean culture, it definitely infused the collection, because I call myself a girl from Miami, a Miami girl. And I take pride in being from the Caribbean, but also growing up in South Florida and loving the life that we have here in South Florida, right? And so with our collection, we infuse a lot of the ingredients or everyday things that we live with and use and eat in the collection. So we have papaya, we have moringa, we have hibiscus, we have yucca, we have jackfruit.
It sounds like you could eat it. It sounds like
it's all ingredients that I literally found at our locals farmers, or because we're surrounded here by farms, if you're not aware. So there are several farms and farm suppliers that are located in South Florida or in the state of Florida. And so I went there to try to find organic ingredients that I could use to formulate it. A lot of our herb formulations are ingredients that we could find here. And that was infused in a part of the personality of the brand that we use to create the brand's footprint.
Oh, I love that. And it sounds like it's very, gentle on the skin. And I love that you keep our culture in mind, from Black culture to South Florida culture. So I think that's really amazing. I wanted to know from you, when somebody buys your product, what are you hoping that they're walking away with, or they're feeling, or that they get from it?
There's several things that I hope that someone sees or gets when they purchase our product. Number one, I hope that they see themselves. I've been doing this for quite some time, as especially just doing it as a hobby and then it evolving into the brand. One of the many things that I didn't see was us in the campaigns. Mm-hmm. One of the many issues that I see in the beauty industry is that oftentimes we're not included in market research, we're not included in clinical trials. And that's something that we take pride in doing, but more importantly, also utilizing us in campaigns, because in the beauty industry, they would just use this as just fillers or just part of the marketing. But one of the things that I received in terms of feedback from a lot of our customers nationally and globally is that they could tell that it was Black owned, because a lot of our campaigns and our models were Black women. And that was one of the things that stood out to them. And so number one, I hope that our customers see themselves in the brand. Yes. And number two, that they understand that there's finally a brand that not just sees them, but understand their pain points. As women of color, we tend to suffer from hyperpigmentation. Mm-hmm. We age differently. We tend to have more oily or dry skin or sensitive skin. And then also the acne issue, even as into adulthood. And so we formulate we formulate our skincare to address those unique concerns that we have as women of color, and understanding that there is finally a skincare brand that's safe enough for them to use, not just in terms of their eczema or sensitive skin, but that is formulated specifically for women of color, but that it's also truly organic and clean, and it doesn't contain toxins in the products that will do more harm than good. We know that an issue with women of color is, number one, the perms, and now perms are being linked to cancer. Number two, we have toxins in beauty products that have been linked to carcinogenic effects, tumor that are hyperallergenic, that are allergen disruptors, or linked to birth defects. And our products is specifically formulated without toxins so that it don't cause long-term harms. And so we did that specifically so that we use green formulations. When I say green formulation, that basically means we handpicked each ingredient and we took our time with each formulation to make sure that it was organic, that they were result-driven, that they were fortified with vitamins, antioxidants, probiotics that would actually help cleanse out your lymphatic system so that your skin will glow from the inside out. Will help glow from the inside out.
That's amazing. You've just made a believer out of me, because ironically, this is even a sidebar, I've been looking for new skincare products, and I'm like very, picky on what I use, because like you said, I have very oily skin, but it's also sensitive too. So I'm like, I would love something that's good, but I also wanted something Black owned, and the fact that it's local as well, I think that's just plus on plus on plus. So I'm also happy. I'm a customer at this point. You're preaching at least. I hope the women out there watching it, and men, because this is for people of color. I hope that we're out there and we go consume this. And something that you said about your marketing campaign, I agree. When I went and onto your Instagram or your website, I was like, oh, this looks beautiful. This looks like us. It looks welcoming. It made me want to buy the products, because it felt like I was welcomed and appreciated there. So that intention that you have there, it definitely shines through.
Thank you. Because it's definitely something. It's not even something. It's a product purposefully created for us, by us. And it's not just to say for us, by us, but truly for us, by us. That was created purposefully and thoughtfully.
Nice. That's what's up. Look, see, this is why you're a Black Achiever Award recipient, because of this amazing work that you're doing, and the intention behind it and the mission behind it. It goes deeper than just, skincare. It's our health, it's our wellness, it's our maternal, health, and all those things. So I'm so happy that you created this product and you brought your vision to life. I want to know from you, before I let you go, what does it mean to you to be a Black Achiever?
Lord.
I gotta know. It's the long side. It's a long pause for me, like, girl.
Okay. Okay. No, okay. So when I think of a Black achiever, what comes to mind is someone that, or just people in our community that are leaders, that are change makers, that are dedicated and that are dedicated. And oftentimes, I don't want to say martyrs, right? But oftentimes set themselves and their personal life aside for the greater good or the cause, right? To me, what comes to mind is Black joy, Black excellence, and that's what, to me, Black achievers are in their own right.
Yes. I love that. I love how you put that, the Black joy in there, because that's definitely a part of that as well. So I'm glad you broke that down. And I love how you explained it. And to me, you embody that. And so I just want to thank you again for being, in our inaugural Black Achiever Awards recipients, and being at the reception on February 28th. It's going to be at the Historic Hampton House. So guys, make sure you come out, see the reception, see your honorees get awarded and highlighted and celebrated for the great things that they're doing in their industries. And also too, want to give another special shout out to Jack Daniels for sponsoring and presenting this award, and making sure, as a corporate sponsor, to make sure that they're highlighting and uplifting, Black professionals in the South Florida community. Again, Barbara, before I let you go, if people want to connect with you, if they want to learn more about your products, where can they go, and where can they connect with you?
Yes, they can purchase our products on shop.com. More importantly, you can also shop it at target.com as well. Yay. And if you want to get in contact with me, just slide in our DMs, find me on LinkedIn under Barbara Jacques And I'll be much more than happy to connect.
Awesome, guys. And we're also going to have links. There's going to be an article up with this video as well on the website. So we'll have links to our social media pages as well. Barbara, thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak with us, to share your story. You're a friend of the show. Please come back. Any news, any new releases, come back to High Low News. We want to share your story and your new launches with our audience. Guys, thank you for watching another episode of Can We Talk Podcast, this special edition of the Jack Daniels Black Achievers Awards Honoree edition. The event goes down February 28th at the Hampton House. Go to Eventbrite to RSVP. It goes down from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Light bites, DJs. It's a cool, swaggy vibe. We're trying to bring a new mix to the award atmosphere here in South Florida. It's a collaboration between High Low News, Social Exchange, and Sweet Butter Hospitality Group. So we look forward to seeing you guys there. And thank you again, Barbara, for being a Black Achiever.
And thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you. You guys head to highlowNewsMiami.com right now to follow us on social media and to sign up for our newsletter. And of course, get all the information that you need to know about the Black Achievers Awards. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.